Hey Leute, heute für mich endlich ein lang ersehntes Video und zwar mein Beginner Guide zum Deutschlernen. Ganz ehrlich, auch wenn viele sagen, dass Deutsch schwer ist oder hart klingt, es macht mir Spaß. Also meine eigene Deutschreise war auf jeden Fall augenöffnend, ich würde mal sagen. Und ich habe so viele spannende Sachen entdeckt, nur weil ich diese Sprache gelernt habe. Und heute teile ich ein paar meiner liebsten Tipps, Ressourcen und ein paar Dinge, die ich im Nachhinein vielleicht anders gemacht hätte. But before that, I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is the largest online community for creatives with thousands of classes across topics like photography, design, and productivity. But did you know that they also have some amazing language learning courses too? I know the platform does not solely focus on language learning, which is why I was so surprised to see the amazing variety and quality with their language learning classes too. I'm currently, unfortunately, preparing for my official German exam, so it came in really handy to properly revise some grammar. Also, just because I was curious and thought that it would be fun input, I went ahead and searched for some classes in German, and I watched some of this copywriting in German class. I really felt like that was some unexpected great practice. And of course, the best part is that the first 500 people to click the link in my description, or you can use the QR code too, will receive a whole month of free trial of Skillshare. So be quick and don't miss out. In case if you don't know me, how dare I'm Eylül. I'm almost 24 now. I speak 6 languages. I'm from Turkey, but I've been living in Seoul, South Korea for the past 5 years. And I talk a lot about languages as a hobby. So let's begin. So before you decided to jump into the world of German, you might have heard things like life is too short to learn German or Deutsche Sprache, schwere Sprache. But I'm here to tell you that it really is not that deep. I feel like people are saying this about so many other languages as well. Like, oh my god, Korean is so hard. Oh my god, French is so hard. So what? I still learned all of them. It is very much doable. German might not be the easiest language to learn, but to learn any language, you have to dedicate a certain amount of time and effort into it anyways, right? So you have to invest in German just like you would do with any other language. And if you do that, I promise your return will not be any less. Not to mention thousands of people who have acquired German later in their life yet speak it fluently. Shout out to my uncles and aunts. Anyways, but if you're here and you understand me, you probably speak English as a first or second language, maybe third. So I need you to know that it is going to be a little bit harder than English. German is grammatically, unfortunately, more complex than English, and so it comes with more rules. You've got gendered nouns, der, die, das, cases, nominative, accusative, dative, and verb conjugations that change based on tense and subject. But what we do is we just accept that it's a part of it and just don't get intimidated before you even start. Alright, so now it's actually time to get our hands on German. Let's talk about the first steps in your learning journey and how to make a plan that will actually work. So my first step into learning any language basically would be to get a solid textbook. And I know that if you're studying on your own, it might be kind of hard to just focus on your textbook and study, which is why that's not what I will recommend to you. I want you to find a good textbook that you like for you to have a plan. Have a skeleton for you to know what exactly you've learned or what else you need to learn still. You absolutely do not need to stick to this textbook. I never do. And I feel like German learners are very lucky with this because there are so many good textbooks out there for learning German that people have been using for years, like Schritte International, Menschen, etc. Try 3 of these and I think they were just fine. You can purchase them in most bookstores, but if you live in a country where it's kind of hard to get them, you can purchase the online PDF version. And if you're short on money, but still have a passion for learning languages, and borrow from a friend is what I was going to say. We've all been there. There's no shame in that. Second of all, when you're just starting to learn German, of course, you will start with some basic vocabulary, how to introduce yourself, yada yada yada. But don't forget to learn these words with their article. As I've mentioned, all nouns in German are gendered. It can be either der, masculine, die, feminine, or das, which is neutral. Now, if you don't know any other language that has this very interesting approach, I suggest you pay special attention to this because a language not only having articles but having 3 is quite something. So never learn the words by themselves. You might not understand the need right now, but it will come in very handy in the future when you have to learn the cases, when you have to conjugate these articles. For example, in English, we have prepositions. So with a simple preposition, you can imply what you want to say pretty easily. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but to be able to do that in German, you have to know how that specific article changes in that specific situation. But you don't have to worry about this right now. I know it sounds scary, but I just wanted to emphasize that it's better to pay attention attention to the articles from this stage because I didn't, and I just suffered for the rest of my learning journey. I still do. Also, at this point, I would recommend you to familiarize yourself with some sounds like sh, that English doesn't have. Because first, you might not be able to distinguish those sounds, which might give you a hard time when you're trying to do listening exercises, when you're trying to understand conversations. Make sure to also hear what you're learning. You don't want to confuse those sounds and say something completely different instead. So pay attention to those. They really matter. Luckily, many online dictionaries these days have this tool where you can easily hear the correct pronunciation if you just look a word up. If not, Google Translate always works just fine. So don't forget to do that. When I was a beginner, I would often type whole sentences into Google Translate and would just like listen and try to repeat myself. And the last important thing for this stage is to have a plan. Now, you might be learning German just for fun, and you might not really need an intensive long-term plan. I never started learning any of these languages with a specific goal in mind. I just do it for fun, but I always had an allocated time for it just to build a habit. I have a whole another video about the importance of building habits when learning languages. Really important. I recommend you to check that out. But at this stage, even if you don't do much, just showing up might just be the most important thing. I already gave a lot of recommendations in that video, but to give you a simple example, some apps that I have not actually used in the long term and would not recommend, like Duolingo, Memrise, and Babbel. Actually, Memrise and Babbel might be fine. I didn't check them out in detail, but they might be useful just to help you set aside a time for that language to help you get into the habit. After a while, I don't think they're very practical, but as a beginner, every new word, every new piece of knowledge is a win for you. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes to avoid. My favorite part, I love telling people what not to do. Do not try to get or download every resource that you see online. As I mentioned, luckily there is an abundance of good resources for German, but you absolutely do not need all of them at the same time. I promise you will not miss anything, and on the contrary, you will just confuse out of yourself if you just have so many different input when you're just trying to get used to this language. I recommend just getting one of the textbooks I recommended, or any textbook that you like, just one. And I also recommend you to keep a simple notebook at this stage just to keep track of what you've learned, where you're at, and of course to be able to revise more efficiently. Next, do not focus too much on the grammar. So this was a mistake that but it was kind of out of my hand. Like, I learned German in university. Like, I studied German language and literature for literally half a semester, and I never seemed to be able to shut up about it. But it was basically a very intensive German learning year because our teachers basically had to take us from 0 to 100 in a year, right? So just like boom, 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 you learned the words and now you have to learn the cases. Everything was thrown at us. And I think especially if you're taking classes, kind of what happens, like before you're able to really get used to the sound of the language, the rhythm, what is the culture, how are we expressing things, they're just throwing these grammar stuff at you and you're like, what the fuck? I just learned how to say hello yesterday. So it's really hard for me to connect the dots. So I would recommend you to first try to get as much in before worrying too much about the grammar. Like, try to speak, try to hear. And I feel like for so long I was so afraid to say the wrong thing in German that I didn't speak at all. That really stopped me from improving. I think it's better to get your brain juices going, get your German juices going, and try to express more even if you're not capable of expressing that thing correctly yet. That's how you learn, in my opinion. So don't obsess over using the correct grammar. You will get there, but this is how you can best familiarize yourself with the language. Next, this also goes for every language, but do not see German limited to your textbook or your German class, especially if you want to live there. So when you're learning a language, you have to accept that it's just not another subject that you're learning at school. You're learning about something that's alive, that changes over time or might be used differently in real life in different regions by different people. Don't treat it like everything has to make sense, everything has to have a formula. So don't just look in front of you, have some diverse input, you know. In a minute, I'll give you guys some recommendations. Then again, German is a very logical language in my opinion. So it's not like you will have to deal with some crazy exceptions like in Spanish, or like crazy regional changes like in Spain Spanish or Latin America. So you don't have to be that worried about it, I'll say. Next, free resources that I would actually recommend. Well, for one, we have Deutsche Welle Deutsch Lernen. I actually don't think a lot of people know about their whole video collection. Like everyone's heard of Nico's Vig, which I will get in a moment. But actually Deutsche Welle has videos from A1 to C2. I think they have a lot of useful videos, but among them, the most famous one is obviously Nico's Vig. If you never heard about it, you must know about it. It's a classic. It's every German teacher's favorite and absolute lifesaver if you have to travel to Germany or move to a German-speaking country shortly after maybe starting to learn German. It does have super useful information, but my only issue with it is that my attention span is super short. So unless something is actually like super interesting, can't watch it, even if it's just for the sake of language learning. Like I can't. So this one is definitely for my stronger soldiers who are maybe not Gen Z, or like I said, if you have to move there in a short amount of time, you kind of have to watch it like out of anxiety maybe. Like it shows you what to do if your bag gets lost, if you're lost. So, you know, if you're Turkish, you don't have to worry about it, because I flew to Berlin and Frankfurt, and in both of those airports there were so many Turkish German people working there that helped me. They were so sweet. They just helped me in Turkish. I found my way anyways, so suck it, Nico's Vig. Now the second one is actually my favorite. It's also quite famous, but I will never stop talking about them, and it's Easy German. I know it's called Easy German and it sounds like it's something for beginners, but I still to this day consume so much of their content that I have this weird parasocial relationship with their hosts. Like in my mind, Harry, Janusz, Manuel, we're friends, we're besties. I liked it so much that I actually signed up for their Patreon membership back in the day. Like I actually paid for it, which is rare. You can't get me to pay for a lot of things, but I think it was really worth the price alone for the interactive transcript that you would get with their podcast membership. Like you could exactly follow along what they were saying, and on the left side of the screen it would give you the keywords with the articles and the translation for you to be able to like understand that section. Other than that, completely for free, they have a lot of YouTube videos that have dual subtitles and so many other amazing content, so just check that out. Of course, there are some other nice podcasts for beginners like Slow German, Coffee Break German. I like them too, but at the time, I don't know why, but what I did was I was having a really hard time understanding German, particularly having a hard time understanding where the sentences would begin and or even words. Like my brain just couldn't understand it, so I just raw dogged it. No podcast membership, no transcript, no nothing. I would just listen to the Easy German podcast for hours on end before sleeping, and I think after like, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, I want to say, I was finally able to understand like a lot more. My brain finally really got used to the sounds a lot. So even if you don't realize it, your brain will absorb so much of the language that you will be surprised yourself. Just keep doing it. And of course, actually Goethe like Institute has a lot of free practice materials if you need to learn German for an exam. Like if you have to take an exam very shortly after learning German, which I know is the case for a lot of people because a lot of people want to study there, a lot of people want to go work there. So from the beginning, you might want to get used to their way of asking things, you know. Also, if you're curious like me and just want to like jump into watching their TV shows to understand what they watch, to understand their culture a little bit more, you can find a lot of German TV shows from this website completely for free. So yeah, lastly, my experiences and some extra tips. I don't know if I emphasize this enough in this video. I usually don't shut up about it in like any language video, but consume real life content too, and just don't stick to your textbook. In the beginning, it might be a little overwhelming because what I realized when I was learning these languages was that the moment I try to listen to anything that is not my like listening exercises, shit gets real. It's a big reality check. Like I'm like, whoa, that's not the language I've been trying to learn for months. And for you to have, I guess, less of a shock, I would recommend you to do that as soon as possible. Even German changes so much when you just step out of your textbook and see how real people use it. German actually has more filler words than you would think. So I think it would be really useful for you to make sense of them early on so you can kind of understand how locals, how native people actually use the language. Other than that, most people don't know, but German brain rot content is actually gold, okay? They have so many inside jokes, and just because it's a language that is known to be like boring, or like Germans are known to be boring, I feel like a lot of people tend to overlook that. Gen Z in Germany are thriving. I love how everyone just bullies Frankfurt like as if the whole city's on crack and it's just ghetto out there. It's not true, but it's just so funny. And the more German you understand, you will be able to understand these lores more, and you will just have more fun with it. It really doesn't have to be boring. I I feel like I also mention this every time we talk about German, but I had this crazy guilty pleasure that is German rap. Guys, I'm living a very simple life. I've never smoked in my life. I barely drink alcohol. I live in Seoul. There's no ghetto here. But these German rap lyrics, like I also started listening to it when I couldn't understand much German, but I studied a lot with those lyrics because I wanted to be able to understand slang, right? And I would recommend you to do that too. Every time I translated a German rap song, I was just like, whoa, like this could not be more different than my life. Like drugs, guns, like what are you talking about, bro? Like what is this all about? It's crazy. So that brought me so much joy. Like that was so fun for me because it couldn't be more different from my life. I chose that as my source of entertainment. You can find something similar too. You can find a show that is really fun in German. You can follow my path and just obsess over German rappers just because it's fun. I know that it's not really educational content, but they really did help me so much with German. If anything, they just helped me to like be consistent and stick with it, because when you're a beginner, the most important thing you need to do is just to keep going. I feel like in the near future, I might post more tips for more intermediate or maybe advanced levels of German. But for today, this was it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I always try to reply. And if you don't have any questions, still leave a comment down below because I need it for the algorithm. Okay? So yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.